About a month ago or so, I actually was dead broke. $0 in my bank account. When I say zero, I mean zero. Probably a couple of cents here and there, but still zero, right? Zero income, just no job, unemployed. I still was working on my photography business, but again, getting no clients whatsoever. And the funny thing is that throughout all that, I did not feel any panic whatsoever. And it's because of one simple thing, and one simple thing only. So let me just go back to how this actually occurred to me. I was actually in the middle of washing the dishes. I was washing the dishes, and I don't know why, but I was just overthinking. And sometimes I just be in my thoughts, just thinking about multiple thousands of things all at the same time. And I was thinking to myself, and it's like basically this sense of wisdom just came upon me, actually showing me things that you can only see when you step out of yourself. And I was thinking for it, and I was like, you know what? And it was actually after I had landed a job. So, I was quite happy, but at the same time, I was still thinking about what I could have done better, to not put myself in that situation where I just simply had $0 in my bank account. Because I think as a man, that's not too good. But anyways, I was just washing the dishes, and I was just thinking, having landed that job, I'm like, okay, now I can feel some sort of peace, right? But at the same time, I was thinking, I'm like, why is it that I was not really panicking? Why is it that I was just chilling? And I kind of realized why. So basically, I was getting up every single day applying to 20, 30 to 40 jobs a day. A day. Mind you, a day. Not a week, not in two days, no, a day. I was consistently getting up and just simply doing that. And I remember that in the middle of doing all those job applications, of applying for all these jobs, some of them, I didn't really like them, but I simply applied for them for the fuck of it, just simply to do so, right? And one of the things that I've realized now is that I kept on showing up every single day, doing the same thing and staying consistent at that. And even though I was landing no jobs at that time, even though I was going to interviews and I was getting rejected and I was this close, sometimes I would go to an interview, I would talk to the manager or whoever it is, and we're building a very good connection, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I can feel it. I'm going to get hired, and then boom. They email me back, or maybe they don't respond at all, but they will email back and saying, you know what, unfortunately, we have gone with a better applicant. And it's like, damn, that kind of sucks. But I still was not panicking. I just kept on just applying, because I knew that as long as I kept on applying, I was going to find a job sooner or later. I just didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't know what job, but I just simply knew that this current situation that I was in, where I had $0 in my bank account, something was going to change. And later on, not even, a week after, I had landed a job. And without even really knowing it, and I got hired on the spot, right? I didn't think that was going to be a thing. I thought that I was going to wait like any other job, that I was going to wait a week, 2 weeks until they get back to me telling me, oh, sorry, we have gone with another applicant, that better qualifies for the role. But instead, she just looked at me in the eyes and she was like, you know what, you're hired. And I'm like, wow. So as I'm just washing these dishes and I'm just thinking for real, I'm like, you know what? That belief that I had in myself, that confidence that I had in myself was not something that came from certainty. But it was something that came from resilience, for real, and perseverance. It was simply me getting up consistently being disciplined, willing to just apply every single day, even though it was uncertain that I was going to get a job. It was completely uncertain that I was going to get a job, and I was competing with other applicants that have better qualifications than I, but I was still getting up, just simply applying for any job, continuing to do it again and again and again and again. And I realized that goes for any single area of your life. I thought to myself, and I was like, okay, maybe that's the key to success. Maybe success is not simply something that should be defined in a very strict line. Maybe it's not really something that you see for real. Maybe it's not really something that you're actually certain of. Maybe it's just simply you getting up every single day, doing the same thing, doing different things, even trying different things, trying different hobbies, learning different lessons from different teachers, from different mentors, simply because you actually have a vision, but you don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen, but you just know it's going to happen. So that was me when I was applying. I did not know when I was going to land a job. I did not know what job it was going to be, and I did not know from where it was going to come from. But I just simply knew that if I kept on applying, just sooner or later I was going to get a job. It's almost impossible for somebody to just wake up and be consistent at something and not get at least a little bit of result. At first, it simply started with me just applying for 5 jobs a day, or maybe 1 job a day, 2 jobs a day, and I was getting no interviews. Then I started to apply for 15, 20. Then I started to get some interviews. But again, I would go to these interviews and I would get rejected. So I simply decided to up that number to 30, 40, 50. Applying. And then eventually I kept on getting more interviews. And I kept on feeling like, you know what? Okay, we're actually getting somewhere here. I don't really quite see the big picture. I don't really know exactly where this ends, but I knew that, hey, you know what? I was going to land a job. So that's for every single area of life, is that as long as you keep on showing up and you keep on putting that effort, something is going to happen. And the thing is, like I said, I've mentioned this in my past videos. These things that I'm really saying is actually a reminder for myself. As much as I'm actually trying to, share what I have learned, I'm also trying to keep these as some sort of memo, as some sort of journal, so I can actually go back in time and actually see this. And it's really crazy. It's really crazy how much, just a little bit of effort, a little bit of consistency, even at the times when you don't really see it, how it can tremendously change your perspective and your outcome. That can truly affect how everything goes for you. So this was just simply it. This was my message for you, that if you're out there and you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're just a regular dude or a regular woman, listen, just keep on putting the work. Whatever it is that you're doing, just keep on putting the work. It's okay to not see the bigger picture, and it's okay to not really be certain on where exactly that you're going. But I promise you, bro, I promise you, sis, you got this. You really got this. And you know what? Also, the funny thing is, my videos don't be nothing too crazy, nothing too motivational, or like nothing just too crazy that's overly the top. It be simple things that I just be learning as I am aging in this life and, living day by day. And I just thought that this was something that I would share. So yeah, just keep pushing. Keep pushing and keep doing what you need to do. Do not concern yourself about what anybody else should do for you. Just simply concern yourself about what you can do for yourself in the moment. And just do that. That's simply it. That's my message for you. Delivered by Darlin Bruno Joseph. And please have a great night or have a great day, depending on what time you're watching this message. And just simply keep being consistent and do what you need to do. Put that effort in. That's going to be the best thing that you can do for yourself in the future. I promise you, it's all gonna work out.